Okay, so kind of relevant for this video, this channel got started 4 years today. It's October the 9th, 2017. As you can see here, the first video that I ever did was on the Dark Knight Trilogy box set. Kind of connected to this because I suppose Christian Bale was in the Shaft remake that came out in the year 2000. And in this video I'm going to be talking about the Shaft Blu-ray that came out last week, which is a HMV exclusive, and I'm going to be reviewing that. But then I'm going to go on and talk about some of the future plans with this franchise, because there actually are some plans. So let's have a look at the Blu-ray first of all. Okay, so let's have a look at the Blu-ray, which is the 1971 film, and it's the first time this film has been released on Blu-ray in the UK as far as I'm aware, although you could get imports. Now this is a HMV exclusive and it cost about £15. It came out last week, which was the 2nd of October 2017. So first off, the outer packaging of this thing looks really nice sort of silver shiny thing there as well. The actual case of the thing. It's got this number because it's part of a collection, and I'll get to that in a moment, but the actual extra features on this thing are not all that great really, because just to put this in context, the other DVD that you could get, so you could get it individually or you could get it in the box set that came out back in, I think it was like 2001 when this came out. I have reviewed all these videos separately elsewhere on this channel, you can see about 3 years ago. So you've got the Shaft trilogy that came out on DVD, you've got the TV movie collection, which again I've spoken about elsewhere. If you do want to get hold of this, you have to get it imported because it's not available within the UK, but you can get it off eBay and it is compatible with UK players as well. It's not as bad as some of the reports, but like I say, I've reviewed this elsewhere on that video 3 years ago. There is the 2000 film with Samuel L. Jackson, which I'm going to be getting into the future of the franchise and that film in particular, which you can also get on Blu-ray in the UK, which I picked up last week as well. When I bought this, I thought it would be nice to have the Samuel L. Jackson one on Blu-ray as well. Haven't got around to watching this one yet on Blu-ray, but that's a separate issue anyway. So back onto this one, the main point of the video. Let's have a look at what you get with this thing. So it comes in this nice case anyway, and you can see that the inside case is exactly the same as the other one. So you get the usual UV code. I won't bother showing you the code because half the internet will probably end up downloading the video. Now, like I say, this Blu-ray is part of a collection that's known as the Platinum Collection, which is a HMV exclusive. There's a few other titles available in this. Let's have a look here. If you want to maybe pause this, you can see which ones are available. And it does say as well, if it's got this cross next to it, that means it's the first time that it's been available on Blu-ray, at least in the UK anyway. So you get this sticker with it anyway. I just kept this just for the sake of the review. You can see here as well, it shows what you get with this thing basically. You get these nice art cards, which is really why I wanted to do this video, because they do look quite nice, kind of postcard style. And you get 4 of them. So yeah, pretty good. I might do something with these, maybe put in a frame or something like that, I don't know, at some point. But yeah, really quite nice. And like I say, you also get the film on DVD and Blu-ray. It's kind of weird that you get the thing on DVD as well as the Blu-ray, because usually they don't do that anymore with Blu-rays. I think because the Blu-ray format is fairly secure now in terms of it not going the way of Betamax. But on the inside of the case, obviously the actual case, if you look at it, it's not got the usual sort of blue plastic, it's transparent in this case. On the inside you get this image of Shaft, along with his policeman friend anyway. So that's pretty much it. So like I said, I wanted to talk as well about the future of this franchise going forward. So the same day that this got released on Blu-ray in the UK, the 2nd of October, we had a news report as well, coincidentally, just regarding the future of the franchise. So let's have a quick look at that anyway. Okay, so you may remember 17 years ago, back in the year 2000, there was actually a reboot slash remake slash sequel starring Samuel L. Jackson as John Shaft. Now this to me primarily was a sequel. I mean, yes, he played John Shaft, but he wasn't a private detective, he was a cop. The actual John Shaft, Richard Roundtree, reprised his role as the character, and he was the private detective. So this was a sequel. Now it was a bit more comedic than the original movies and the TV series. We haven't had anything since in terms of sequels. Now I do remember a couple of years ago, AMC Theatre's YouTube channel doing a report on this. They were just basically covering some news that was coming out. And a couple of months later, again in 2015, Collider Video, which was the same thing as AMC, reported on this as well, basically saying that there was talks to do a remake and that it was kind of going to go down the comedy route similar to 21-22 Jump Street, which had just come out at the time. So we haven't really heard anything since then, but we have this report here from Deadline that there is talk on having a sequel, a full-on sequel to the Samuel L. Jackson movie. He's going to be in the film. Richard Roundtree is again going to be in the film, and the Samuel L. Jackson Shaft character has a son played by Jesse T. Usher, who I haven't really seen in anything other than Independence Day Resurgence, but he has been in a few other things, and was also, well, he's scheduled to be in Creed 2 as well, apparently. I don't quite know how accurate this all is, with it being a report, but it's interesting anyway, and it's noteworthy. I mean, I don't think that the report is making anything up, but it still seems fairly early yet, because what's being said is that basically Netflix have a deal with New Line, and it's going to be a film like any other film. It's going to come out of cinemas, but the difference is it's going to be available on Netflix if everything goes to plan. Shortly after, overwhelmingly shortly after what you would normally expect something once it's been shown in cinemas, but apparently Netflix are talking about having half of the deal with them for the budget of the making of the film, which is why they're going to get to show the film on their streaming service very shortly after the thing airs in cinemas. I don't think that's really a viable plan, to be honest. I don't really see this happening, but there's serious talks about this anyway, so like I say, it's noteworthy, and the fact that Deadline are reporting on this, I think, gives it a little bit of credibility, but it's nothing to get excited about anyway. Like Mr. Wolf says in Pulp Fiction, let's not start sucking each other's dicks just yet. So I think I'll leave it there anyway, and I will post updates as and when, because this is something that I'm quite interested in following. So if you want to follow us on social media, you can find us on Facebook and on Instagram, and obviously on YouTube. Any of these channels are called Brand X Reviews, so look us up if you want to follow this, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of coverage really to do with Shaft. There doesn't seem to be a lot of interest on it. There's not really a lot of videos on YouTube for this franchise, so hopefully I'll be able to put some content out there, because I just seem to be lacking. So I'll leave it there anyway and say thank you very much for watching.
What do you want, you rotten shithouse? What's the matter? What do you want? What are you doing? Oh!